Okay, this is a statement in Java. I must also inform you here that Java, every statement in Java ends with semicolon or semicolon, as some people may call it. Okay, so this is an identifier in Java. Now, so what are valid identifier? What are valid identifiers in Java? Now, this is a rule. All all identifier must begin with um, a character, okay, either uppercase or lowercase character, doesn't matter, okay. And in some cases also, Java also accepts this dollar sign to begin an identifier, okay. So identifier can begin with either dollar sign, a character, uppercase or lowercase, okay. All right, but for convention sake, we won't be using this. Okay, so I will say this: let your identifiers always begin with variable. Okay, and Java is case sensitive, meaning that this is different from this. They are two different things. This identifier or variable is also called identifier is different from this. They are two different identifiers, okay? Because this is uppercase n and this is lowercase n. Java is case sensitive. Java is highly case sensitive. These two are two complete different identifiers. So when we declare identifiers in Java, always begin with character. Okay, always begin with character. Then if you look at this is also a valid identifier. Okay, so you have an identifier here. This identifier is a class identifier. This identifier here is a variable identifier. So this is how to create an identifier in Java. So more identifiers. You can also have, like I said, identifier begin with character. Then you can also have numbers also. Here we can also have numbers like age to age. Is also another valid identifier in Java. Okay, another valid identifier in Java. So identifiers in Java begin with character. Okay, and subsequent character in the identifier can either be number or underscore, name underscore surname. Okay, another valid identifier. Okay, underscore, you also have underscore within your identifier. So this is how to declare identifiers in Java, right? So let's go on. Now, when we declare identifiers in Java, they must have a data type. Okay, they must have a data type. What do I mean by data type? Look at this, for instance. If I say this is an identifier, okay, or a variable, and the value of this is this, Damilola, okay, the next question I'm going to ask is what type is this? Meaning that what type of value is this identifier holding? Is it numbers? Is it characters? Is it array? Is it an object? Okay, so in order to define what type of identifier it is, that is where we have data type. Data type means what type of data an identifier is holding. Okay, so in looking at this now, I can say this is a string identifier. Okay, string identifier, because I have character sequence and it is enclosed in double quotes. Okay, if I put 70 here, this is an integer. Okay, so I'm going to put saying that int, because this identifier or variable is holding a value 70, which is an integer. Okay, and again, this is another string identifier. I have another one called double. Okay, and say quantity and call it 20.5. Okay, there we go. So at this point now, I guess one question that will be bothering you might be, okay, what are the list of data types I have in Java, or are there in Java that I can use in my program? All right, here I have a list of Java data types. Okay, here I have a list of Java data types. Here we have byte, short, int, and long. Now these data types are integer data types, meaning that they accept whole numbers. Okay, byte is 8 bits, 16 bits for short, 32 bits for integer, and 64 bits for long, meaning that depending on the size of data of integer you want to store in an identifier or variable will determine what type of data type you're going to assign to it. Okay, So if I know that my identifier will only take a value like between 1 and 100, I can just define it to be byte. So here I can say this can be byte, B-Y-T-E, byte. Okay, age to age 70, because I know this value will not go beyond 100, and we have the range for it. The range for byte is between minus 2 raised to the power 7 and 2 raised to the power 7 minus 1. Okay, so that's the maximum it can hold, and it's the minimum it can hold. Okay, the same for this. So we want to know the maximum value, the maximum integer, the maximum value a variable can hold for this type. This is how you get it. Okay, so I can have minus 50 here, also a valid data type. Okay, for a byte, because it's still within the range, minus 2 to the power 7. Okay, all right, that's for integer data type. Integer data type, short, int, long, byte are all integer data type in Java. As we go on, we're going to see an example of how to declare a variable or a identifier using this data type, and how to do some manipulation with this data type. All right, so the next group of data type I want to show to you is this data type called the floating point data type. Now, this data type, they hold floating point number. Like, look at this double, like I used it here in line 6 in this program, line 6 double. You see, it holds 16 bits. Now we have